Namaskar and welcome to this exciting episode of Sattology, debunking mythology. Sattology means science of truth or study of truth. Opposite of that is mythology, which means science or study of fake, lie, or imagination. Mythology destroys your identity. The use of mythology, if you want to test it out, you can try saying mythology for biblical myths, and you'll get the answer immediately. How much they protest with you, you know. So why to use that against the native cultures? Sanatan Dharma is a native culture which is prevalent all over the world because you need to see Sanatan Dharma from the point of view of practice. When anyone has respects the sun, the moon, the nature, the water, that means they are practicing Sanatan Dharma. The ways and means can differ slightly, but they are practicing. So let us welcome a very famous and now guest, a very regular guest and famous guest, Sri Rajesh Kumar Singh, who travels all over the places of interest with his own camera and records actual incidents. Namaste, Rajesh ji.
Namaste Aditya ji, and namaste to all my dear audiences, whom it's pleasure to interact time and again. Thank you.
So one of the things which come when based on the last so many shows you have done, and now today you are in a very special city, Hyderabad. So what is your realization over the years that how it has changed your mindset visiting these places in person and recording these places live with all the history and facts?
See, Aditya ji, there are two aspects. I mean, each individual is unique. That's what I believe in. And each of us shall excel in whatever area we want to do, and we shall discover ourselves. So when I started traveling to the places, say about 30 years ago and thereafter, so I was interested in taking photographs from architectural point of view also, mostly. Uh, though I was a little bit aware that they do relate with our ancestral past. But over the period, when I have been studying and learning more and more about our literature, say Vedas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, so I have been able to correlate uh, in a better way, and also to understand that how these uh, our heritage has helped in keeping our dharma, Sanatan Dharma, or the traditions which our forefather has visualized alive till date. And you can see those imprints throughout the country. I mean, not only limited to the boundary of India today only, but the Bharat Varsha, which it was there as mentioned in our literature.
Sorry about the gap here. Delay. There is a delay, I think. Uh, so today we are talking about Marich Vadh, and the places where it happened and the story of Marich Vadh. The one of the things which lessons which we get from Marich is one of the lessons. There are many lessons to be learned over there. That when you are serving adharma, then death is certain. That is, uh, punishment is certain when you're serving adharma. And number two is that do not like he by force. He had to assume someone else to participate in that activity. So that willingly power is Jatayu gave his life, but that willingness to or weakness to come under pressure is also adharma because you are not strong enough. So is that your view, or do you think there is some other viewpoint on the Marich one?
There are two interesting views. One is what you were saying, that of course is true, that somebody who follows the path of the dharma shall pay for it. Ultimately, everybody has to die, but it depends on for what cause you are dying. In the case of Marich, it's very interesting that Marich had three interactions with Sri Rama. And on earlier two occasions, he was driven back by Rama because he fled the, you can say, the duet with Rama. So he was given. And now he was practicing as a sadhu or a sage. And you can call him as a demon sage. But This time, on the third time, he was forced to follow the path of the adharma by Ravana. So he chose not to be killed by Ravana, but to be killed by Rama. At least in the process, he would be interacting with a noble uh, person, or you can call Bhagwan. And maybe what we believe in Sanatan Dharma, that all the jiva who take birth, they are there for the moksha, and it's better to be killed by none other than the Bhagwan himself and get liberated. So here Marich was in a dilemmatic situation, which many a times we also find ourselves. So Marich chose not to be killed by Ravana, because Ravana did not give any other option. Either he said that I will kill you, or you do whatever I am trying to you to do. So he chose to be killed by Rama, knowing very well that he doesn't stand any chance. And he tells, in fact, Ravana in detail that even the name of the Rama brings fear in me. So not to, to face him. But when Ravana tells him that, see, it's your choice, either you do what I am asking you, or I will kill you. So maybe Marich thought that it's better to be liberated, killed. What we believe in Sanatan Dharma, that if you have done some adharma, but if Bhagwan himself or the Devi herself liberates you from this material existence, then you attain moksha.
So we can get started now, and we'll go through the entire. There's a beautiful presentation which Dr. Rajesh ji will produce. So let's watch that. So while you are doing that, for the audience, I'll say that you can. There are a lot of English translations of Ramayana available, but most of them are not correct. Honestly, not correct, because English translations, they often use the words which do not define the actual incidents. So if you can learn Devanagari script, you will be able to do that. And there are a lot of classes in the US by the American Sanskrit Association, and even Sattology now has started on how to read Sanskrit. So we can get started now. Thank you.
I fully agree with you that to understand the ancient heritage of India, and it's better to learn Devanagari, and it's a very logical script. As you will see that whatever is written, you read only that, and you don't have to keep any letter silent or pronounce it forcefully. Uh, so it's a new informed, logical, scientific script, and it's always better to learn because it will open a window to the vast resources which India offers to the world for aspirational value which humankind or our forefathers had visualized us to aspire for. So you will recall that in our last interactions also we have been talking about the tale of Rama and Sita, and as a later poet in Hindi said that Hari Ananta Hari Katha Ananta. Hari means Lord Bhagwan Vishnu, and Rama is one of the avatar. So the tale of the Hari or the Rama is infinite, and his stories, he himself or herself, manifesting Sita or Devi part, they are anant, they are infinite, they are all pervasive, and their story also is forever. That's why you find that not only in India but other parts of the world also, you see that the story of Rama and Sita, as other stories, have influenced the psyche of the people, and there are different ways how people share these tales, not only through literature but through drama and presentation over the years. So we will discuss a very specific aspect of the Ramayana, which is Marich Vadh, that is killing of the demon Marich, as described in Valmiki Ramayana. And in the process, we'll also see that Sanskrit, as we have been discussing earlier, that written in Devanagari script is a very logical and simple language. Once you understand the sutra, the Vyakaran, then it's become very easy for you to follow the vast literature which are available in India and Sanskrit. And altogether, during the discussion, wherever it is relevant, I'll also be sharing, as I have been doing, how the tale of Rama has been depicted in different forms of the art, whether it is painting or the sculptural art, etc. So here you can see on the screen, there are two figures and they depict the same theme. Uh, both figure F1, F1, what is known as Pahadi painting. Pahad means hill. So there are different schools of painting in India, and during medieval period, that is about 12th to 16th century, lot of painting style developed. And in one of the painting style, that is Pahadi school of painting, you can see here that on the shore of the sea, in figure F1, if you see a 10-headed person with arms in his hands, who is none other than Ravana or Dasgriv, that is 10-headed Dasanana Ravana, is in discussion with, intense discussion with a demon sage. And this demon sage is Marich, which is his cousin brother. So the same theme has been depicted in F2 also. Now, Ravana, with his all means, with politeness, but then in firmness, he tries to uh, force or influence Maricha, saying that Badihim pralobhitva yathestam gantum arhasi. Badehi is who is Badehi? Sita. See, it's very interesting that in India it's not the name only. Videhi was the father of Sita. He was also known as Janak. And the daughter is known as Badehi. So Badehim pralobhitva yathestam gantum arhasi. I want to go to have Sita. Sunya means when there is nobody. Mathilim. Now here there is another word has been used to talk about Sita. Sita, the word Sita is not is also mentioned. Sunne Mathilim Tam Sitam Prasabham Anesyamim. And then when there is nobody there, when you go and attract Sita, and then Rama and Lakshmana goes behind that deer, then in Sunye means there is nobody. Then Mathilim, the daughter of Mithila or Sita, Prasabham Anishyami, I will bring her forcefully. So that is what the design of Ravana is there. And for this, he has sought help of Marich. Now Marich gives all his argument. He tells that you shall not try to be attracted towards anybody else's wife. So you see, there was morality even in demons. Marich is a demon, but he was preaching Ravana that why you want to be getting interested in others' wife. You are happily ruling your kingdom. Everything is flourishing. You have many wives to care for you and to love. So he is cautioning. But due to lust, Ravana mind is not working in dharmic way or dharma way or the right way. When he forces Maricha, saying that if you don't follow what I am saying it, then I will be killing you. Then Maricha relents and says, Kim na sakyam maya kartum ev tvai duratmani. Tvai duratmani means, O duratma, somebody who is bad atmana, who doesn't do good deeds. Es gachami aham. Now I will go. Tat swasti te astu nisachara. But at the same time, he says, Tat means brother. Swa asti te astu nishachara. Nishachara is somebody, Nisha means night, somebody who moves around in night, in darkness. Generally, demons do that. That's what it is believed. So he's saying, if you are not listening to my sane advices, then what can I do? I will go along with you. But at the same time, I hope that swastite astu, let good things happen to you. Then they travel in Ravana's chariot. तथैव तत्र पत्तनानि बनानि च गिरिश्च सर्वा सरिता राष्ट्राणि नगराणि च पश्यन्तु. So Valmiki described that while they are traveling from the ashram of the Marich, which is on the shore of the sea, towards Panchavati, where Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana are staying. So in the process, they say Pattanani, the ports, Banani forest, Giris, a lot of hills, Sarva Sarita, a lot of rivers, Rashtrani, Nagarani, many kingdoms and cities, they saw it. So it was a long distance which they traveled. And Valmiki says that in the journey, they see all these things. Now, when they reach, as you see in the figure here, Ravana and Marich are there. So the Ravana says, Sakhe kadli britam tat ashram padam dishati vayam yadartham agata tatha sigram kriyata. So he says that now we have come to the ashram. That ashram I can see, ashram padam drishyati. Vayam yadartham agata, for the very region for which we have come. Vayam means we both have come. Agata means we have come. Tata sigram kriyatam. So you do that task immediately, quite early. Tata sigram. So he is very impatient. Generally, people, when plan, they do peacefully in a planned way. But Ravana, because of his lust, is very impatient. And he asks Maricha to तदा स राक्षस मारीचः रावण व्रज सुत्वा मृगः भूत्वा रामस्य आश्रम द्वारे विचचारः. Then Marich, listening this direction of Ravana, tada sa rakshasa maricha, Ravana bacha sutva, the words of Ravana he listens, mrigaha bhutva, he turns into deer, and Ramasya ashram dwari, in front of Ram ashram, dwari vichachara, he moves here and there, as you can see in the figure 2. Now, coming back to Sanskrit language, you see there are a lot of words which are being used for time immemorial from the period of Veda. And Dwar is one word which not many of us, Dwar means doorstep. That word is very common language which is used in Hindi and other words. So there are so many words which continues to be used till date. Now then, when Marish turns into the Mriga, Valmiki describes through his poetic excellence. He is an excellent poet, and not only for the tale of the Rama, the high moral value, even for the poetic beauty, Valmiki Ramayana shall be read. And he describes, I have taken only few of them, Mriga in detail. Punargatva nivritascha vichachar mrigottamaha gatva muhurtam tvarya punah pratinivartate. So what this mriga does, this deer, punargatva, it moves for some distance, then nivritascha, then here and there it vichachar, that mrigottama, that excellent mriga, gatva muhurtam, then it again goes for a muhurt for some time, and then Tvarya punah pratinivartate. And then it again returns back immediately. So it is moving here and there, forward, backward, sideways, in the vicinity of the Rama's and Sita's ashrama. Vikridens cha punareva. Again, punareva means again it starts playing. Kvachit bhumau punareva nisidati. And sometimes on the earth, bhumau, punareva means again it sits down. Ashram dwaram agamya mriga yuthani gachati. And then it comes to the, almost it comes to the doorstep of the ashrama, the hermitage of the Ram and Sita. And then it goes into mriga yuthani, means the group of, youth means here group of the Mriga, it goes and merges into it. So it is trying all its ways to attract Sita. मृगवदे रतः स राक्षसो अपि बन्यान् तान् मृगान् संस्पृशन् भावस्य प्रक्षदनार्थम न भक्षति. Now, while Valmiki describes his activity and of course his beauty also, he also describes the characteristic of Marich, who has turned into a mriga, but in fact, or in actual, he is a demon. So he has been quite, in earlier times, he has been involved in mrigavadhe, means he has been killing the deers because he was a rakshasa. And now when he sees lot of mriga, the natural mrigas, banyan, tan, mrigan, sanspisan, so even if he is touching, bhavasya prakshadanaartham na bhakshati, even he so desires, he cannot kill them and eat them. So there is a dilemma in his mind because he has come with a purpose to lure Sita, to attract Sita. And for that purpose, he has converted into a deer. But his natural instinct of demon is forcing him, tempting him to touch the mrig and to kill them, which he cannot do. He has to resist that. Now, because of these activities, Sita gets naturally attracted towards the mriga. Tam Bismayot Nayna Sasneham Samudakshat. Valmiki described that she is with surprise. She is seeing a mriga of a unique character, glittering with sun, golden and silvery lines. So she is Bismayot Nayna. Her nayan, her eyes are Bismayot. And with Sasneham, and she, with her desire, she is seeing that mriga. Sru Sroni Anvadangi Mrista Hataka Varnani Kusumana Ayachinvati sa. Now, what Sita is doing? She was indulging in her natural activities. She is collecting Kushumani. Lot of flowers she is upchinvanti. She is collecting. And in the process, she sees this deer. Hem Rajat Varnabhyam, Parshvabhyam Upsobita. Valmiki describes Hem means golden, Rajat means silvery. These color are these color hues, the skin of deer is there. Tam sampreksha prahrishta bhartaram api shayudam lakshmana chapi chakranda. Now Sita, seeing this deer of golden and silvery color, she is prahrishta, she is very happy. Bhartaram means husband. Shayudam means with arm. Lakshmanam chapi chakranda. So she calls the Lakshman and her husband. Tav ahuto, she calls them Nar Vyagro. Nar Vyagro means like tiger in the form of man. So Valmiki through Sita describes these two men, Ram and Lakshmana, as lion, like lion. Vaidehiya Ram Lakshmano Bhikshmano to Desham Tada Darshmatme. So she calls them, come here, my husband and Lakshmana come here and see this mriga. This mriga attracts me. Now, by his nature, see, when you see the characteristics in these description of different partners or like Rama, Sita, Lakshmana come to fore. So Lakshmana is very cautious from the very beginning. When Sita calls both of them, that is Ram and Lakshmana, and shows this mriga, Lakshmana is not at all convinced that this is mriga, this is deer. Valmiki describes the feeling of Lakshmana. Sankamanah tu tam drishtva Lakshmano Ramam abravit. Tam drishtva means seeing that deer, seeing that Lakshmana Sankamana. He is very cautious, he is doubtful in his mind. And he speaks to Ramam abravit, Tamev vainam maham manne maricham rakshasam mrigam. I firmly believe that this mriga is none other than the Rakshasa Marich, that is demon Marich. Anen nihita rajan rajana kamarupina. This demon has been changing his forms kamarupina. Rup means the form, and kam means as per desire. So he is capable of changing his form as per his desire, and in the process, by changing his forms in different ways, nihata, he has been killing rajana, a number of kings, rulers he has killed in the past. जगतिनाथ राघव जगत्याम रत्न विचित्र एवं विध मृगा नास्ति ही ऐसा माया संशय न. Lakshman, through different logics, he says that, O Raghav, O descendant of Raghu, in this Jagatyam, in this world, Ratna Vichitra, colorful, such a unique and typical, colorful, evam vidhamriga, this kind of deer, nastihi, is cannot exist. It's not possible. He esa maya sansana. It is an illusion. Maya means it's illusion. It is not factually what we are seeing. So in this world, O Raghav, O Ram, he is addressing Rama and saying, this is an illusion and this is not possible. It's not the real Mriga, it's a Maricha. So Lakshmana says all this. But Sita is too enchanted with this very unique, attractive Mriga, and she intervenes. And she says, Aryaputra. She addresses Rama, says, Aryaputra, O son of Arya. Abhirama asau mriga me mana harati. Me mana means my heart, my mind. Harati means steals it. So asau mriga, this deer has stolen my heart and mind. Mahabaho enam anaya na kridartham bhavishyati. Na means for us here. It's not no. It's na means for us. Anaya means bring it. So Mahabahu, O warrior, who is strengthful. So she is addressing his husband as Mahabahu. Ane inam. Please bring this deer, which will be for playful. So when we will have it, kridartham means we will play with it. And she goes on, as see Valmiki describes, they are in the last leg of their Banvas. Banvas means their forest stays of 14 years. So there are only few months to go. So now Sita is not only thinking of this place, what will happen there later on also with this mriga or this deer, what she will do, that also she is imagining. But prior to that, she is so enchanted, she is saying, Rajana, ayam mriga sattama yatha tejasa chamaya deeptaya asya sadrisha mriga mayana drishta purva. O Rajan, O Ram, she is addressing his husband as Rajan. Ayam mrigaha, it has light, brightness, tejasa, deep, brightness. Asya sadrisha mriga mayana drishta purva. I have not seen any deer like this in past. So it's unique and I want it. Rupam aho Lakshmi, aho swar sampacha sobhana, adbhuta vichitrangah, mriga me hridayam harativa. Now Sita, as you can see in the figure, is pointing towards this deer. One is from a painting from Tamil Nadu. I'll describe it later on. And another was in a sculpture from Karnataka temple. So she is saying, Ahorupa, what a form. And Lakshmi, Swar Sampacha, and you see what a voice, so beautiful. All the parts, limbs are so unique. This deer attracts my heart. So Sita is so enchanted. She is totally taken by the form of color and all the voices, etc., the mrig which it is doing, she is totally enchanted by that. And she is unable to retain her sense of discrimination, that what is correct, what is not. You see, Lakshmana is very cautious. He is very clear that this is Marich, this is the demon, this cannot be Mriga. He tells that Rama. But Sita intervenes and she has described what we have discussed earlier. Further, she says, Mriga जीवन एव तव ग्रहणम अभेद यदि आश्चर्यभूतम भवति विस्मयम जनयिष्यति. So she is now contemplating whether this mrig can be captured alive, or if it did, if it is it captured after being killed, then what I shall do. In any case, she wants that deer to be brought to her. So mriga jivan evta granam. So this mrig, this deer shall be captured by you, grahanam, by you, tava, jivan ev, while life. And if it is brought in that form, it will be creating Bishmayam, of course, surprise in all the beings. Secondly, she said, Es mrigaha samapta vanvasa nam punah rajasthana nam na antah pura vibhushartah bhavishyati. Now she also is contemplating that very soon the Banvas will samapt. Samapt Banvasa nam. Their forest residing 14 years period will end. And when they go back to Rajasthanam, to Ayodhya, in Antapur, Antapur means where mostly ladies stay, there this mrig will be a very good property to keep with. She further says, Prabho, idam mrigarupam bharatasya aryaputrasya swasrunam mamacha vyaktam vishmayam janayishyati. Not only in me, hey Prabhu, oh my Lord, she's addressing her husband, idam mrigarupam, the form of this deer will, for Bharat, she is now thinking of the Bharat also, the Aryaputra Bharat, for Bharat, swasrunam means my mother-in-laws, it will generate Vishmayam, surprise, a factor of surprise, because this is a unique deer. Then she says, Narsardula Mrigasattamah Jivana Te Grahanam Na Bhyati Yadi Me Ruchiram Ajinam Bhavishyati. Sasvabrishyam Vinitayam Nihatasya Asa Sattasya Jambuna Damaitvaschati Aham Upashatum Ikchami. And if by any means you are not able to capture this deer alive, then we will take out the skin, the very soft skin of this deer, and we will use it as upashitum ikchami. On that we will use it as a seating place. So either you bring it alive. If you bring it alive, we will play with it and then take it to the Ayodhya. There, not only me, but my sister, my mother-in-laws, and the king and other people will enjoy its uniqueness. And if it's not possible to capture it alive, then we will use its skin for our seating purposes. Now, what is very interesting is that Valmiki also describes the mind of Sita at this time. Raudram idam kaham vrittam mistranam asidam matam tu ashya sattvasya bapusa mam vishmaya janita. Even though whatever I am saying, see, Sita, when they were moving towards Panchavati, she tells Rama that don't kill the deers. But here, her mind is so enchanted with the deer that she even is ready to get the deer in dead form also for later use. And she also is experiencing this, that for me, this is not very correct. Asidam matam tu asya sattvasya mama vishmaya janati. But somehow I am not able to control my mind, and this is generating vishmaya. So it's a very great lesson what Valmiki tells, that if something which is an unusual thing, it can be any object or human being which attracts and captures your mind and heart, you shall be cautious. You shall make full use of your mind also to take decision, which Sita is not being able to do here. Now, when Sita tells all these things, Rama's mind also gets wonderstruck. राघव एवं सीता वचः श्रुत्वा अद्भुतं तं मृगं दृष्ट्वा तेन रूपेण लोभितः सीतया च प्रचोदितः. So when Rama listens these words of Sita, he also gets very attracted and enchanted by this deer. And see, he tells Lakshmana, Lakshmana, pasya, वैदेह्या मृगगताम स्पृहाम सौमित्रे अद्य रूप श्रेष्ठतया एस मृगम बने न भविष्यति. Oh Lakshman, you see what Vaidehi, my wife, is describing. Saumitre, again, it's very interesting that Lakshmana is being addressed by Saumitra. Atra roop seshtaya es mriga banena bhavishati. This kind of deer we cannot see in any forest. नंदनो देशे न चैत्ररथ संशये न ये यश्य समा पृथ्व्याम कुतः. This kind of deer won't be found in the Nandanvan of Indra. Indra, who is the king of the Devatas, and Chaitratha, which is Kuber's garden. Even there you won't be able to find such kind of deer. Then where is the question of finding it? In Prithvyam. Kutaha in Prithvyam. You cannot find it in the earth. Etasya mrigaratnasya parardhe kanchana tvachi upavekshati vaidehim maya saha sumadhyama. Now, endorsing Sita, Rama says that etas mrigaratnasya parardhe kanchana tvachi. Kanchana means gold, golden skin. Tvachi means skin. So, on this excellent golden skin of this deer, upavekshati vaidehim maya saha sumadhyama. I will sit with Vaidehi, that is my beautiful wife. And Rama also describes the beauty of the deer. And one of the slok says, Na kadali, na priyaki, na prameni, na chaviki, bhavede tasya dishi sparsene iti memati. There are different types of deers. There is one variety which is kadali, the other one is priyaki, another one is pramedi, and then chaviki. This deer cannot be found in any of these variety of deers. It is unique. This what I believe. So Rama is also very much attracted by the deer as Sita is there. But at the same time, Rama doesn't ignore what caution has been given by the Lakshmana. So he is very much convinced what Sita says and agrees that if my wife is asking for it, then of course I shall go and get it, because such a deer, unique deer, won't be available even in the Deva's land. So I shall get it for my wife. But at the same time, Lakshmana, since Lakshmana has cautioned him, so he is also considering that fact. He is not one-way enchantment like Sita. So he says to Lakshmana, Lakshmana, esa rakshasasya maya iti mam yat vadasi tatha ayam bhavedyadi va mayai asya vadha kartabhya. He says, oh brother, oh Lakshmana, if this is Rakshasasya Maya, if this is illusion of this demon, then I shall Maya Asya Vada Kartabhya, then I shall, this Mriga shall be killed by myself. Nisansen akritatmana vane vicharta etena marichena purvam munipungava hinsita. If this is not an actual deer and this is a transformed one, that is the Maricha has transformed as you are saying it, then I do remember that Maricha in the past has killed many Hinsita, has killed many Munipungava, many sages, Nisansen, with cruelty. Then I shall Tasmat Briga Badhyatu. Then this Briga or the deer becomes eligible for killing. So I shall kill it. Then Rama goes behind the Mriga. So Rama is very clear. रघुनंदन त्वम इह सन्नद्ध भव यंत्रित मैथिलीम रक्षस्माकम यत कृत्यम अस्याम आयतम. Now here Rama addresses Lakshmana as Raghunandana. Generally you will find that Raghu was one of the forefathers. So generally Ram is addressed as Raghunandana, but here Rama addresses Lakshmana as Raghunandana and says that whatever be the fact, whether it is a true deer or not, in both the cases, I shall go behind this deer. So if it's an actual deer, I will go there and bring it. So you take care of Sita. Mathilim raksh asmakam yat krityam asyam ayat. By the time I comes here, you take care of the Sita. Saumitre, O Lakshmana, aham enam badhishyami. Either I will kill this deer, apiva grahishyami mikam anitum drutam yavad gachami, or I will bring it grahishyami. So I am going with a fast pace. Drutam yavad gachami. Now Rama saying, after having said this to Lakshmana, he goes behind the Maricha. तेन मोहित काकुत्स्थ विवशः क्रुद्धः आसीत् अथ संभ्रान्तः छायाम आश्रित्य स्वाद्वले अवतस्ते. While he is chasing, Valmiki describes that this deer sometimes it vanishes, it moves somewhere else. So in the process, Rama becomes tired and he takes. So it's not that Rama quickly goes behind it. In the process, I mean, what the main desire of the Maricha is that he takes Rama far away from the hermitage so that nobody is there in the hermitage of Rama and Sita is alone, and then Ravana comes and do whatever they have planned. But ultimately, after a long change, Rama kills Samaricha ten anupamena sarena. He takes an arrow which is unique, marmani nirvidham tat, and he aims at the heart of the mriga. So that mriga rupam tyaktva, the deer, which is actually Maricha. So that mriga rupa, the form of the mriga, is being left. Rakshasa Rupam Asita, and he turns into the Rakshasa Rupam, that is demon Rupa, and he leaves his life. Jivitam Tyajan Sumahakayam Chakran, his huge body, he leaves that. So Rama kills Maricha. And while he has killed Maricha, the cautioned word now jolts Rama. He remembers the words of the Lakshmana. Bhumo patitam ghor darshanam rudhira siktangam mahitale chestmanam tam rakshasam dishtva Rama Lakshmanasya vacha smaram manasa sitam jaga. So when rudhira siktangamam, the body of the demon which is full of the blood which is flowing, and he has fallen on the land, then Rama sees and remembers the Lakshmana's bachan, and he also remembers that he is now worried about Sita. Esa marichasya maya Lakshmanena purvoktam tatha tatha abhavat hi maya hatah ayam maricha. And Rama sees that demon. You see here Rama is killing this in figure F2. Rama has pierced the deer and he has turned into the demon, his original form. And now Rama realizes that what Lakshmana has said is true. So this incident has been depicted very widely in Indian art form and painting also. Here, this painting is from Kerala, Mattancherry Palace. And the whole narrative has been beautifully described or depicted in miniature painting in Chitra Ramayana. Chitra Ramayana means Ramayana which is painted. After many thousand years, when original Ramayana has written in Tamil Nadu, I mean, this is one of the manifestation. I have already talked about Pahadi painting, and there are so many other paintings and sculptural depictions. Here I have taken one, which is from Chitra Ramayana, which was painted in Tanjore during the rule of a Maratha kingdom and now preserved in Saraswati Mahal Library in Tanjore. And there are so many rich resources available. So you can see the whole narrative here. Sita is pointing towards this deer, then Rama goes behind it, and this deer hides and comes in front and takes Rama far away from the hermitage. And finally, Rama aims at the deer and kills it. So that's how uh, Marich meets his end, and he chose it to be killed by Rama rather than Ravana when he was in a dilemmatic situation. So, with that, I end my presentation, which is a continuation of the earlier tale, which points out the cultural connect which we have the Rama's tale till date. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rajesh Kumar ji, and thank you very much, Rajesh Kumar ji. So one thing very incidentally comes is that you debunk many stories about Marich in other places, and generally the misinformation comes through, uh, you know, Tulsidas Ramayana is a great Ramayana, but it is written in a different way for bhakti. During the time it was being spoken, and it brought people together, almost like the Ramayana serial, which today brings many people together. So Tulsidas Ramayana was written at that time, but the Valmiki Ramayana gives us the historical perspective as well as the spiritual significance of the direct conversations, right? And which you very accurately brought out. So thank you so much, Dr. Rajesh ji. Anything you want to add to summarize it, which I said?
Uh, I mean, I have already talked. If there is some specific question, then of course, I mean, I can react to that.
So,
Uh,
so
but what I would like to say is that you see, same deer bring different feelings in the three characters, Rama, Lakshmana, and Sita. And Rama considers both aspects of that, and he is ready for both of them. And he does his kartabya, what was his duty, and he takes care of the desire of his wife also. And at the same time, he is very alert about the cautions given by his brother.
and also some people say that it was a golden deer. How can the deer be of gold? And the Sanskrit word used is sunhara, suvarna, like a golden deer, and which was a different color than most of the other deers, which was more shining and more striking to somebody's eyes.
Very true, very true.
Yeah. So that is also being debunked there, but very nice. This is the actual conversation, and Dr. Rajesh ji has even given the shlokas references from where he has taken that information. So please read Valmiki Ramayana whenever you get a chance, and you can watch this video to see those shloka also directly. So thank you so much, Rajesh ji, and thank you all the viewers for watching. Do let us know your feedback. Do subscribe. Join the Sattology movement. Do the course. We have two courses now: 12x debunking mythology as well as 12x yoga course. You can join either of them all over the world. Namaste.
Thank you, Aditya ji, and thank you, everybody.